Salam everyone, my name is Shaimaa Isleem and I am going to make a presentation about female characters in Macbeth. Here the outline. First, I'll be talking a brief summary about Macbeth, women at the age of Shakespeare, female characters, and finally I'll be discussing if Shakespeare is a feminist or anti-feminist. About the play generally talks about a man who kills the king in order to be the king instead of him. His ambitions pushes him to do such thing. And after the killing and being a king, he goes on committing murders and corruption, and this play ends by the killing of this king. Women at the age of Shakespeare. The society was a masculine society. Women were not allowed to act at that time, and men used to play the role of women. And at that time, women were not allowed also to read or write, and they were also in kitchen raising up children, and that's it. They were shadows of their husbands, and if they're a woman going against and if there is a woman going against these traditions and these masculine traditions, she will be accused to be a witch and she will be burned to death. So discussing characters, beginning with the first character, which is Lady Macbeth, who is the wife of Macbeth who kills King Duncan, and she encourages him actually to do this regicide, and she's the one who planned to do this regicide. We will discuss her character according to these quotations. The first quotation is "Unsex me here." This quotation from her soliloquy, conjuring the spirit to change her gender. She's misogynistic and she does not want to carry the characteristics of a woman, which is tenderness, kindness, and so on. So she doesn't like being a woman. The second quotation, "Look like the innocent flower, but be the serpent under it." She told that quotation to Macbeth when they were planning to welcome King Duncan in their castle. She is clever and she is the snake itself at the same time. She tells Macbeth to be kind and good and welcoming in front of King Duncan, but at his heart and mind, he will be carrying the idea of regicide and killing. And the third quotation, which is the most horrible quotation I have read, is that this one: "I have given suck and know how tender it is to love the baby that milks me. I would, while it was smiling in my face, have plucked my nipple from his boneless gums and dashed his brains out." Oh, I cannot imagine that a mother can do such thing to her little child. It's too horrifying and heartbreaking at the same time. She wanted to prove to Macbeth that she can do what he can't do. She is brave enough to and heartless also to kill her own child if she had one. And the fourth quotation is that she will smear the gods of the room where Duncans were sleeping with blood in order they were drunk also in order to prove that they were the ones who committed the guilty, not Macbeth. So these quotations are enough to prove that Lady Macbeth is an evil woman. But at the end of the play, we notice that there is a change in this character. She feels remorse, she feels guilt. She says that no ocean can remove this spot of blood from her hand, and she dies by suicide after being insane. Moving to Lady Macduff, who is the lady of Macduff, who is the man who discovered that Macbeth, he is the killer of King Duncan, and he gone against him. So Lady Macduff here is a good woman, but a naive and stupid at the same time. She is the wife of the man who discovered and going against the king, and she is still in the country. The messenger came to her and asked her to escape, but she refused, claiming that this thing is a womanly thing, and she refused to escape, and sadly she was killed and her children by Macbeth. This quotation proves that whither should I fly? I have done no harm, but I remember now I am in this early world where to do harm is often laudable, to do good sometime accounted dangerous folly. Why then, alas, do I put up the womanly defense to say I have done no harm? So she says that she doesn't do anything harmful. So why should she escape? So the third character, and I think it's the most significant characters in this play, are the witches. The witches, they are women, but they are carrying the characteristics of men. They have beards, they have the sound of men. They were practicing evil things, and they were the ones who uh, told Macbeth that he will be the king of Scotland. So ending this presentation by this question: is Shakespeare feminist or anti-feminist? Some says that Shakespeare is anti-feminist because his presentation of women, especially in this play, we see how Shakespeare presented the clever woman as an evil, and if she is clever, she always and just do the evil things. We saw how Lady Macbeth, she is clever, but she used her cleverness to do evil things. But if she is good and kind, she is naive and stupid and lacks facilities like Lady Macduff. Refused to escape because she doesn't do any harm. She doesn't think that she will be in danger because she is the wife of the man who discovered King Macbeth and rebelled against him. And others say that Shakespeare is writing such things against women to expose his masculine society, because, as he said at the beginning of the presentation, women were discriminated and they were only a shadow of their husbands, and they were not allowed to be anything except a housewife or a mother. So this is what Shakespeare intended. This is the end of my presentation. I hope you enjoyed it, and thanks for watching.